What's up, YouTube? It's me, the Artisan MC, and today I'm going to give you my reaction review to Gen V Season 2, Episode 7, Hell Week. I just finished watching this episode, and most of it I'm watching for the second time. And it was still a good episode. There were some revelations in the episode, some things that kept you guessing. And the way it finished made this team of superpowered people some of the dumbest people walking. They made dumb moves. Now, this episode picks up where the last one left off with our team having met Sam Edgar and Marie and Kate leaving Edgar's little bunker and heading back to the campus and to Cypher's house. Now, this also finds Cypher having kind of abused polarity in a sense, and polarity figuring out that he can kind of resist Cypher's control. The Cypher is now a little bit pissed off, trying to figure out how the hell this actually happened and what to do about it. And a chilling scene, you see Cypher taking off his belt in disgust and beating his father, the burnt body. Now, you saw this in the last episode that he abuses this body, which is weird and tough to watch because it just looks like somebody abusing an invalid or a vegetable. But out of the things that Cypher has done, it's like he could go there. He doesn't care. But you still don't understand why he does it. Well, Kate and Marie arrive back to the campus. Kate and Marie again have this conversation about Marie fixing Kate with her powers. And Marie refuses. The short version is she doesn't trust Kate to act in the best interests of the group if she is given back her powers. Now, this is not saying that Marie can. It just hints at maybe she can. But even on a maybe, she's not willing to risk it because Kate has turned on her before, so she won't do it. Fine. They go get a change of clothes. That's what it is. The rest of the team, minus Zoe, having discovered that Kate and Marie have left, race off to the campus to stop her from doing what they know she talked about, which was killing Cypher. Now, once you're back at the campus, you get Sam coming back, you get Jordan and Annabelle coming back. But you also get the story of Annabeth having a vision. And the vision is of Marie dead in a pool of blood. On her way back to the campus with Jordan, she explains that she has had these powers since she was young. And mind you, she's younger than Annabeth. I mean, younger than Marie. These fucking names. So she's had them a long time. And sometimes they manifested as dreams. Now, they have a little interesting conversation, her and Jordan, about acceptance and accepting your powers and who you are and whatnot. But that's not the interesting part of the conversation they have. The more interesting part of the conversation happens later when she actually talks to her sister Marie and lets it be known that she had a vision, a dream about her parents being dead before. And that was before it happened. And when it happened exactly the way she saw it. And that she carried that guilt forever. Now, that's kind of poignant because it makes it seem that while Marie's powers developed in puberty, Annabeth's powers were active all along, which in some ways would make me think that Annabeth technically is the more powerful one. Maybe not. Now, once the gaggle of people, our team, comes back together of trying to find Cypher, we are rejoined with all of our cast of characters, including Polarity, the recently healed and fixed Polarity by Marie. How did this happen, you say? Well, in their hunt to find Cypher and going to his house and finding an empty hyperbolic chamber, Marie and Kate come upon Polarity, who tells them what Cypher's plan was and what was going on with him possibly being able to keep Cypher out of his mind. But he also has a seizure during that time. And in the effort to stop his seizure, Marie touches him, uses her powers on him, and it heals him. It takes away the shakes and the pain. Now, she has done this without his permission, without his urging. She just did it in full view of Kate, after having this conversation about how she would not heal Kate because she didn't trust her. Okay, fine. Kind of messed up, but all right, fine. So now back on campus, rejoined by the other group of cohorts, her, Polarity, and Kate are going to go into this building and confront Cypher. But everyone else does not want them to do that. So she chooses to use her powers, all of them except for Annabeth and Kate and Polarity. She uses her powers to levitate all of them, to kind of keep them out the way. And she gives Kate a choice to be healed by her if she will wipe their minds and push them to go away. And Kate refuses because she has promised she would not use her powers on them again. And right after that, here's Marie trying to use that as a barter. The one thing she said she had a problem with is the one thing she's trying to barter with to get Kate to use her powers. That was stupid to me. Now, Polarity does yell at her. She does let the team go. And her Polarity venture on. But you can't help but realize that something has been broken in those relationships by her doing that. Yes, she thinks she's trying to protect all of them, but I'm not with the God complex. I'm the only one who can do it shit. Not with this character. There are characters I'd buy that from. This is not one of them. So they go on in and they confront Cypher in the training room. Now, what happens at this confrontation is that Polarity actually confronts Cypher. Marie looks for Godolkin because she senses his heartbeat in this building. So she goes in search of him. Now, the confrontation between Polarity and Cypher is interesting on a couple of levels. One, Polarity is a lot more confident. He's healed. So you can see what he can do, heal with his powers. But you also see that Cypher is bullshitting a little bit. He knows polarity can kind of push him out. He doesn't let on that he knows that. He still tries to manipulate the situation verbally. But it's not really working. Well, since the gang that didn't leave shows up there, the men stay, the women run away to go find Marie, and the male versions stay there. And they are going to keep Cypher in that room. Now, when I saw this happen, the first thing I thought that this was a bad idea, because here we have Sam, who was super strong, Jordan, who was male Jordan, that's super strong, and then Gary, who we just saw that can fly. He's like a little Homelander. That's how he looks. You got three strong characters there with polarity to take on Cypher. And we know that Cypher can get in people's heads. That's a problem. And sure enough, it goes the way you would think it would. Cypher starts controlling the strongest people to try to beat the hell out of polarity. Yeah, he can protect himself. Maybe one of them, but he doesn't know where Cypher's going to be at any one time. So he's just getting manhandled. Now, while this fight is going on upstairs in the training room, Marie finds Godolkin downstairs. She asks him, "Is he Godolkin?" And he nods. And she proceeds to heal them after asking, if I heal you, you will help me with Cypher? Mm-hmm. He nods. And she starts to heal him. Now, to me, this is dumb as fuck. Because you wouldn't heal Kate because you didn't trust her. But all of a sudden, some strange burnt man on a bench, or excuse me, a cot, you trust him to heal him because you believe he is this person and that he's just going to help you after you relieve him from the state that he's in right now. Really. That was dumb. Now, through a lot of effort on her part, but suspiciously not affecting any other soups in the area, she is able to turn back the clock and heal this guy of all his burns and stuff. Fine. Emma, Kate, and Jordan, or not Jordan, Emma, Kate, and Annabeth find her. And sure enough, from the strain of doing that, Marie has passed out. She's collapsed on the floor, which I would think, yeah, she should be catatonic for a little while. Because for me, how they're having her heal these people works a little bit like the Green Mile. John Coffey in the Green Mile, meaning that he can take on and heal you from these physical ailments, but he takes it into himself and he has to expel it. To me, that's what's draining Marie when she heals people. She might be taking it into herself because it has to go somewhere. They haven't said that yet, but we'll see. All we know is that from Annabeth's vision, Maria is supposed to die. You know, the whole Christ-like savior thing. Now, when Godolkin is healed, there's now a naked white man, or a diapered white man, on this cot. And when they finally pan up to his face, it doesn't look like the actor that was playing Godolkin at all. We are laboring under the delusion that this is Godolkin. Because she asked him a question, he shook his head yes. I do not think this is Godolkin. Reason being is Godolkin did not have powers. If you remember the first episode, Godolkin ran into that testing room because the other members of the Odessa Project had shot themselves up with this stuff. And he was saying it was not ready. He hadn't taken it. The rest of the people had some violent reactions to it. And one of them burst into flames and ran out the room. To me, that's who this person was. That was who they're calling Godolkin right now. Godolkin himself, you saw, was all the way by the door trying to pull the fire emergency. He never shot up. He didn't have any powers. Now, while this fight upstairs is going on, and Godolkin has been healed down below, Cypher is knocked down. And when he comes to, and Polarity is ready to put the knife to his neck, he's crying. He's sniveling. He says he's not him anymore. That his name is Doug. He has a cat. And he doesn't want to die. Which means, if you keep it up, he is not Cypher. And Cypher is not in him anymore. Cypher was controlling him, a meat puppet, but he's not in him. But downstairs, where Godolkin has been healed, Kate starts paying attention to what this guy is saying now that he can walk around, touch the blankets and stuff like that. He's talking like Cypher. And Kate starts to put it together like, this MF right here is Cypher. We need to go. And sure enough, they scoop up Marie and start trying to run her out the room, leaving this dude they just reconstituted by himself to his own devices. And Kate looks back and he looks at her with a grin like, oh shit. He knows she knows. This puts you in on this person that they're calling Godolkin. That's Cypher. And always was. This is why the Cypher that we know of was caring for that body in a hyperbaric chamber. It was him. He was taking care of his own body. This is why he was beaten on his own body, punishing himself, self-flagellation. Since we know the Cypher that we know, the black-haired one, can't feel anything, why can't he feel anything? Because he's not actually present in that body. Someone else felt that they said all he felt was pain. Jordan told him at Elmira, he wasn't comfortable in her head because she could feel it and all she felt was pain. Well, if you know anything about burn victims, that's kind of what they feel all the time. To escape the pain of his burnt up body, his powers manifested in a way where he could take over other bodies And that's what he was doing. The easiest being a regular human being. You see, he can work with soups. And you see, he has a strange knowledge of what people are doing and when they're doing it. That means he's telepathic. So he always knew what they were thinking. That's how. Because he was never really in the body that he was in. That's why it didn't matter if you hurt it. He couldn't feel the pain. He's in another body. But the person whose body it was could feel everything. He just couldn't. Now, because they scoop Marie up and run out of there, they leave him to his own devices. And sure enough, swaddled in a blanket looking like he, a kid, he goes out on the quad and runs into a soup that he deems lower tier. A carnival freak mutation. And he makes that soup kill himself. Strangles himself with his own little leash. I'm not going into the characters, not who it was, because it's kind of stupid. But he causes him to self-delete. And just decides to walk through the quad and see who else he can pick. Cypher's stated goal of culling the superhero population. And that's how the episode ends. This is Cypher. And for me, this is not Godalkin at all. This is that other researcher that was burning to death in the first episode. What his name is, I don't know, but it's not Godalkin. And I'm waiting to see in the finale if they actually say that. Now, it could be the reason they never found Godalkin's body was because that was the first body he took over and removed his burnt body from that bunker. That's why they never found Godalkin's body. The assumption is that burnt body is him. They ain't proved it. How could they? It's burnt up. But you got fingerprints? No. That's what it was. But I'll wait to see if they're that clever of a writing team in the finale. But for the most part, this was a good episode. This was a good episode. Stupid in a sense, since they just let this sadist walk free. But it'll make for an interesting, bloody conclusion come next week. And I will be there for it. So, with that has been my review of GenV Season 2, Episode 7, Hell Week. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. I've been artisanmc, and I will see you next time. Peace.